All right, let's jump right in. Tonight, we're taking a deep dive into the Miss Universe 2024 evening gown prelims.
Yes, we're going beyond just like, who looked pretty?
Exactly. We're going to break down why some gowns really stood out,
Hmm.
the stories they told.
The impact, right?
Yeah, not just fashion, but like full-on moments.
We got some amazing firsthand accounts, fashion commentary. Gonna be fun.
Okay, so got to start with Chelsea Manalo, Miss Philippines. That Cinderella moment, oh my gosh.
Talk about an entrance. Like, instantly, everyone's in a fairy tale. You're swept up.
You think that was intentional, that Cinderella vibe?
Oh, 100%. That deep blue, the way the skirt flowed as she walked, it built anticipation with every step.
And then that twirl at the end.
Perfect timing. It wasn't just showing off the dress. It was like the happily ever after of the whole story.
Smart. Speaking of strategy, I bet that fabric was chosen carefully too, right?
Oh, yeah, probably silk charmeuse or something similar. Designed to move just like that. Add to the drama.
Makes you think, like even in everyday life, a well-timed reveal.
It's powerful, whether you're on that stage or just, making a point in a meeting.
Right. Okay, so huge EE trend this year. Contestants celebrating their heritage through fashion.
Absolutely. It was amazing. Like Arya Kim from South Korea. Such a cool blend of modern and traditional.
I love that one. It was subtle, right? Not over the top.
Exactly, but so impactful. Sleek silhouette, very contemporary. But then those details, like from the hanbok.
Oh, the hanbok, yeah. Traditional Korean dress.
So, like, her bodice had this delicate embroidery. You could see the inspiration, but it was still totally Arya's style.
And then total opposite vibe. Mariana Flores from Mexico. That gown was a party.
Oh, yeah, Mariana brought the energy. A celebration of Mexican artistry. Bold colors, incredible patterns.
Yeah.
Probably inspired by traditional textiles, maybe even like specific embroidery techniques.
I was reading that some regions in Mexico have very unique embroidery styles, so maybe she was representing that.
Could be. It definitely showed the richness of Mexican culture. Not just one thing, but so much variety.
And Amara sang Miss India. That regal vibe.
Oh, stunning. Deep red silk, the gold embroidery, drawing inspiration from royal Indian attire.
It wasn't just beauty, it was a statement.
Totally. History, culture, social status. Fashion can communicate all of that.
It makes you think, what message would you send if you were up there?
Right. What story would your gown tell?
Okay, so alongside the cultural tributes, we had nature taking center stage too. Aisha Hamadi from Kenya.
Wow. That gown, reflecting the Kenyan landscapes, just incredible. The way she used those natural earthy tones.
Yeah, I read it was supposed to like evoke the savannah.
Exactly. A visually stunning tribute, but also meaningful. The silhouette, the drape of the fabric,
Right.
almost like rolling hills and flowing rivers.
And Ava Wilson from Australia, her gown was all ocean and sky. So unique.
And so memorable, those soft blues and greens, that ethereal fabric. Just beautiful. Using a theme like that really makes you stand out.
Totally. It's not just pretty, it's like it tells you something about her, about where she's from.
And it taps into something universal, That appreciation for nature adds a whole other layer.
It's deeper than just fashion. It's connecting with something bigger.
Right. It's about our place in the world.
So we've had these super innovative designs, but classic glamour is always going to have its place. Right?
Oh, for sure. Timeless elegance never goes out of style. Like Sofia Rossi from Italy. That red silk charmeuse gown, just perfect.
Donatella Versace, I believe.
Yep, Donatella herself. Proof that sometimes simplicity is the ultimate sophistication.
Love that. And then on the flip side, we had Zara Ali, Miss South Africa, pushing the boundaries, that avant-garde look.
Oh, Zara was bold. Unconventional shapes, asymmetrical lines, maybe even some unexpected materials in there. It was a statement.
It's like she was saying, I'm here, I'm modern, and I'm not afraid to break the mold.
Exactly. Avant-garde fashion is all about that pushing boundaries, experimenting.
And then you have Fernanda Valdez from Venezuela. She brought that classic Venezuelan pageant style, sparkling embellishments, all that.
Oh, yeah. Fernanda's gown was a nod to tradition, but it felt fresh, too. It's like she was saying, this is who we are, and we're proud of it.
So from fairy tale glamour to cultural tributes to like eco-conscious statements, this year's gowns really ran the gamut.
It's been amazing to see how fashion can be used to tell stories, to make statements, to create these unforgettable moments.
Absolutely. Now, I want to go back to Chelsea Manalo's performance for a sec. That Cinderella moment was just so captivating.
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Right.
It wasn't just the gown, it was the way she moved, the whole build-up to that final twirl.
Like she was inviting us into her own little fairy tale.
Total storytelling through movement and fashion. A masterclass.
And it really makes you think about presentation, even in everyday life, how we carry ourselves, how we move.
Yeah.
It all adds up.
It's not just what you wear, it's how you wear it, the confidence you project.
Right. And that's something we can all learn from, whether we're on a stage or just walking down the street.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. It's not just about the clothes, it's that extra something.
Totally. Okay, those nature-inspired gowns, we got to talk more about those. Aisha from Kenya, Ava from Australia.
It was more than just looking pretty. It was about their connection to the environment. Like with Aisha, those colors.
It wasn't just mimicking the savannah, right? It was deeper.
It was about bringing attention to it, that delicate ecosystem, how we need to preserve it.
Even just a color choice can say so much. And Ava, her gown was like her own reflection on Australia, the ocean, the sky.
Yeah. They both connected with something bigger than themselves, used fashion to show what they care about.
Powerful. Not just looking good, but actually advocating for something.
Exactly. And people felt that. Okay, so it wasn't all big statements, though, right? We had some classic glamour, too.
Sophia Rossi from Italy, that red dress.
Oh, Sophia. Classic Italian elegance, timeless. That Donatella Versace design was perfect for her.
Sometimes simple is best. And then total opposite, Zara Ali from South Africa. Super avant-garde.
Zara was all about pushing boundaries. So refreshing, Instead of playing it safe, she went bold.
What stood out to you about that gown?
It was just so different. Unconventional shapes, maybe some cutouts, asymmetrical lines. Even the fabrics could have been unexpected.
Just like she was saying, this is me, I'm modern, deal with it.
And then Fernanda Valdez from Venezuela, that classic Venezuelan pageant style, the sparkle, the embellishments. Fernanda's gown, it was tradition, but it felt modern too. All those details, the beadwork, the sequins, probably all done by hand.
It's like celebrating her heritage, but also showing it can evolve.
Right. Tradition doesn't have to be stuck in the past. So from fairy tales to cultural pride to pushing the boundaries, this year was amazing.
What do you think it is about this part of the competition, the evening gowns, that people love so much?
I think it's the mix of everything. The glamour, the artistry, but also the personal stories. These women, they're from all over the world, and they're using fashion to show who they are, where they come from, what they dream of.
It's like this global moment, but it's also about individuality. Each woman gets her chance to shine.
And the gowns help tell their stories. It's a reminder that fashion, it's more than just clothes. It's a language, a way to connect across cultures.
Powerful stuff. Okay, Chelsea Manalo again, that Cinderella moment. It was more than just a pretty dress, right? It felt strategic.
Oh, definitely. Think about it, Cinderella. Everyone knows that story. Everyone loves it.
Instant connection with the audience. Like we're all in on the fairy tale with her.
And the way she walked, the pacing leading up to that twirl, it was all planned.
Like Belle, showing us how it's done.
It proves that a performance can make a gown even better.
Again, it makes you think about everyday life, how you carry yourself, how you move.
Yeah, it's not just about the clothes, it's the confidence, the whole package.
All right, another big theme this year, the cultural representation. So many contestants using their gowns to celebrate their heritage.
It was amazing, so inspiring to see women embracing their roots, showing the world how beautiful diversity is.
And those gowns, the embroidery, the patterns, even the subtle details. It was like a fashion tour of the world.
So much creativity, so much skill. It reminded me that fashion can help keep traditions alive,
Before we move on, I got to mention those nature-inspired gowns again. Just stunning.
They really were, not just beautiful, but they made you think about our planet, the amazing things in nature.
And how creative designers can get. Like, nature becomes this inspiration for something you can wear.
Wearable art, basically. And the women who wore those gowns, they weren't just modeling. They were sending a message. Fashion and activism combined. Using their platform for good.
So cool. It's like fashion can actually make a difference. All right, let's talk details. Aisha's gown, Ava's gown.
Yeah.
What made them so special?
Aisha's gown, it was all about Kenya's landscapes, those flowing lines, the earthy colors. Maybe the designer used fabrics that felt like the savannah.
You could practically feel the African sun. And the way she moved in it, so graceful.
Like she was one with the landscape. And then Ava, her gown was totally different. Calmer, more vast, the ocean in the sky.
So dreamy. The fabric, the embellishment, it was all perfect.
Yeah, maybe some beadwork, sequins, even hand-painted details to get that shimmery water and sky effect.
And they both, in different ways, made you think about the environment. Okay, back to individual style and glamour. Sophia Rossi from Italy.
Ah, Sophia, that red dress, so Italian, elegant, timeless. Donatella Versace knows what she's doing.
Less is more sometimes. And Zara Ali from South Africa, going in a completely different direction.
Zara was all about breaking the rules. Such a cool energy. Maybe she had cutouts, asymmetrical lines, who knows? She definitely wasn't afraid to experiment.
And Fernanda Valdez, Miss Venezuela. She brought that classic Venezuelan pageant style.
Fernanda's gown, it was all about craftsmanship, the beadwork, the sequins, probably feathers too. It was a showcase.
It told a story not just about her, but about her country's traditions. This year's gowns, they were all over the map.
I think that's what makes the evening gown segment so exciting. It's glamour, it's art, but it's also personal. You see these women from all over expressing themselves through fashion.
And the gowns help tell their stories. Fashion becomes this amazing way to connect, even if you don't speak the same language.
Exactly. It reminds you that fashion is so much more than just what you wear. This year's competition really proved that. So many different gowns, each one unique, each one reflecting the woman who wore it.
It was inspiring. Okay, back to Chelsea Manalo. That Cinderella moment, it was strategic.
Yeah.
What do you think she was going for?
Think about Cinderella. It's a story about transformation, about dreams coming true. It's universal. Everyone gets it.
It was like she was saying, this is my fairy tale, and you're all invited.
The pacing, the build up to that twirl, it was all part of the plan.
Yeah, it wasn't just about looking pretty, it was a whole vibe.
Right. Like she understood the assignment. It's not enough to have a nice dress. You got to know how to use it. Tell a story.
Okay, before we wrap this up, one thing that really stuck with me, how these women used their gowns to really show who they are.
Absolutely. Each gown was like a little window into their life, their background, what they believe in.
Chelsea Manalo. Cinderella. It wasn't just the dress, it was what it represented. Transformation. Dreams.
And it worked because who doesn't love a good transformation story? Especially on a stage like that.
Like she was this girl from the Philippines, and now she's here on this global stage living her dream.
It's inspiring. It tells you no matter where you start, you can achieve anything.
And Arya Kim from South Korea, her gown was modern, but you could see the Korean influences too.
It was like she was honoring her heritage, but also saying, this is me, the modern version.
Tradition and the future, all in one look.
Exactly. You don't have to choose one or the other. And then Aisha from Kenya, her gown was like a love letter to her country.
All those natural colors, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
But it was also about protecting the environment, right?
Yeah. It showed that you can use fashion to speak up about things you care about.
It's like your clothes can actually make a difference.
They can. So one last thought. Imagine if everyone put this much thought into their clothes.
Like what if every outfit told a story or had a deeper meaning?
We'd be walking around in a world of wearable art.
What if every time you got dressed, you were like, okay, what message do I want to send today?
Fashion would be so much more than just looking good. It could inspire people, start conversations.
It's powerful stuff. So next time you're picking out an outfit, think about that. What story are you telling?
Good advice. All right, that's our deep dive into the Miss Universe evening gowns. Thanks for joining us.
It's been fun. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.